and happy 4th of July. It's me, Maris, and guess what? I have a reading for you today. Yep, it's a bang of a reading. Let's take a look at it in just a moment. Well, actually, I'm going to be using the White Eagle Medicine Wheel deck. These are really beautiful cards. A little contemporary in the picture there. Really beautiful cards. And I use these as part of the medicine wheel deck when I do a medicine wheel reading. So if you would like to try one of those, you can go ahead on our online site and schedule, or you can connect with me via text at 405-549-3766 and schedule your session for a medicine wheel reading, because I would love to do it with you. But we're going to just do our energy reading that we do, but we're going to be utilizing this particular deck. And it's a really neat deck, and as I said, it is very southwestern in design, and the colors on it are very, very brilliant. However, it is contemporary in the pictures. I still dig them. They're a really interesting deck. They are the White Eagle Medicine Wheel deck by Wana Nietzsche with Alania Harvey. Really dig that deck. So, but let's move on to the reading, because we've got some really interesting concepts coming in. We think about today is July 4th, and it is Independence Day. And what does independence mean but freedom? And our reading has a little bit to do about freedom, which is really pretty cool. Think about what we were fighting for here in the U.S. What were we fighting for, and what did we achieve? We achieved independence from things that we felt were holding us in bondage or were holding us back, imprisoning us, body, mind, and spirit. And so that is what this reading has a lot to do with. And no, I did not pre-plan those cards, but let's take a look at them. The first card that we look at, here, let me refocus that. The first card that we have here is the horse card. And the horse card is very significant in the sensation or the feeling of being imprisoned, being taken advantage of, not being allowed to totally grow in that direction that you're designated for, that you're destined for. So you've been working on this path. Good morning, Angela. Blessings and greetings to you, beautiful lady. I was thinking about you too. But in this horse energy, what we're looking at is that we've been imprisoned, we have been held back, we've been taken advantage of, and now we're shifting into this awareness of it. In the horse energy, we're shifting to an awareness. Good morning, Leslie. How are you? Happy 4th. So we're shifting into this awareness of where we once were dwelling, and maybe we're still dwelling there, but we are ready to be free-spirited or break out of that imprisonment. Think of those wild Mustangs on the plains. When they would try to go through and corral them up, and those Mustangs finally got to a point where they were boiling over, and they would escape those corrals and be wild, running wildly on the plains. So think of yourself in that. Now, what's interesting is that we have the snake that follows up with the horse. And what does the snake do? When a snake outgrows its current body, mind, and spirit, that etheric layer, it sheds its old skin to become a new and larger and more progressive and greater in its value. So what we're looking at when we have that horse energy that comes in is that awareness. The snake energy comes in, and what we now develop is this disconnect, or this cord cutting, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to be shedding the past. We're shedding what is old and no longer defines us. Pretty cool. Very cool when you start thinking about it. Now, today is Independence Day, so how cool is this that we're getting the horse energy that says, hey, we're now aware, and then the snake card that comes up and says, okay, now we can shed this, we can cut cord with it, we can disengage, disconnect, whatever you want to call it, because now we're going to be bigger and better and greater in what we bring to the table and then what we bring to ourselves. So I'm totally digging this. And then the last part is sweat lodge. And that sweat lodge is freaking purification, people. That is what a sweat lodge is about. A sweat lodge is not about smoking some peyote or mescaline or using mushrooms or anything to that effect. And I'm not dogging that. I am not dogging that at all, because some people require some boost or assistance with that, and I'm not going to dog it. And with the appropriate sweat leader, those combinations, utilizing those herbals, will help people release some of that bondage. But that is something that your sweat leader needs to work with you on that. But in general, when you think about a sweat lodge, and let's just go with this for a sec, it is about purification. You get in there, it is incredibly hot. That oxygen is being used up, and it is hot, and you are experiencing your pores opening up, your body clearing, your mind clearing. Yes, you have experiences in there. I always start to hallucinate every time I'm in that sweat lodge. If you can't get to a sweat lodge, folks, get your smudge sticks out, whether it's your Palo Santo or your sage, or some lavender, some peppermint, some patchouli, whatever it is that you like to smudge with. Get it out and start getting into a practice of smudging. Palo Santo sticks are great to have. You can throw it in a little ashtray, whatever, in your house, and periodically light that sucker up, smudge yourself, smudge your room, set it back down, and let it smolder out. The energy is all about allowing us to have an awareness, to be independent. Yeah, I'm going to throw that in. Yeah, Independence Day. I love this day. But it allows us to become independent of the things that have been holding us back, being in awareness of that. And then that snake energy, and we'll take a look at it backwards. I know it's backwards, but that snake energy allows us to cut those ties. Shed that skin. Get rid of that stuff that just doesn't define who we are anymore. And then we're purified. We're cleared. The action of going to a sweat lodge or doing a heavy-duty smudge is that same sense of that purification. It's that tactile experience. So if you need to be tactile, rock on. Because I like to be tactile and do my smudge. In fact, I think I better go get my smudge on. I got groovy people coming in today, and I got groovy things coming up. On Sunday, we're having that angel experience. I'm totally, completely committed. I do not have any available seats on that, but pretty soon we'll be having some angel gallery readings, and I will invite you and hope that you will join us for that. So happy 4th of July. Have a blast, no pun intended. If you can, watch some fireworks, share a smile, give a hug, be a cool and groovy person. My theme song today is Feeling Groovy, so slow down, you move too fast, you gotta make the morning last now, kicking down the cobblestones.